Alright, today we're going to be going over how to beat Golem 13 on Epic 7. Yeah, this stage is really important to learn how to clear it because you're going to want the attack sets, the defense sets, and the health sets for a lot of units in the game. It becomes quite helpful. It's not as good gear later on, but to start, it's definitely going to help your units pack a bit more of a punch. For the lineup we're using mostly free-to-play units. Sirmia, Tamarin, and Adventurer Ross are all free-to-play units. Ravi technically isn't, but you can get her for your first unit if you're just starting with the game. So if you want to focus on getting those sets and building around them, I highly recommend starting with Ravi. She's a good pick anyways, because she has good sustain, single target damage, and AoE on her S3. The name of the game for building a team for this event is going to be inflicting unhealable and high single target damage. Tamarin is going to help basically keep everyone alive so they can keep doing this job. And there is another tank pick that isn't free to play that I think is better for reliably clearing Golem 13 than Adventurer Ross, but everyone should have Adventurer Ross. He's the you just specialty change him. He's the first. He teaches you how to do specialty changes. So, if you're any length into the game, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have him available. All right. So without further ado, let's fight the Jet Colossus. You're gonna see why this boss is so annoying. You can't kill those two buffing units. They're just gonna constantly heal him and constantly buff him. So you're going to want to focus on inflicting unhealable on him so they can't heal him. You're still going to buff him so he's going to hurt like a bitch, but that's what you have Tamarin for. So yeah. You heal everyone up to full. This team will be able to like auto stage 13, but if you happen to have the unit that I'm going to show later, this is going to be a lot easier to do on stage 13. It won't be as coin flippy. Alright, gonna go ahead and do our S3. Honestly, probably would be just a better idea if you're doing this manually to just S1 with Ravi every single time. She can stun the healers, so that's good, but you're gonna want to just burn the boss as quick as possible. I kind of made that mistake during this run. Yeah, it's not a run you want to dilly-dally with because it can quickly get out of control if you don't shut down the Jet Colossus before it gets too many buffs. Yeah, so this is one of my like earlier runs, so excuse me reading the description every time I'm using an ability, but I literally just got these units and decided to try it out. Yeah, and you're gonna want to, on both of your damage dealers, you're just gonna want to spam the S1, because the S1 on Sirmia is the one that deals the unhealable. So yeah, it's just better to use that. And then on Ravi, although she can't inflict unhealable and her S3 does have a chance to stun, it has kind of a long cooldown and it doesn't do as much damage as her S1. At least mine doesn't. Maybe if you build her correctly, her S3 is like crazy good, but I don't know. I feel like the possibility of a stun or more damage, I would just take more damage in this event every time. Again, situational, but in this situation, you would just want more damage. Adventure Ross also, even though he's a free-to-play unit, he is very useful on this stage because he's kind of tanky. His memory imprint gives everyone else a little bit more health, so it makes him more survivable, and his S3 gives you all a decent amount of buffs, especially the increased defense is going to be insanely helpful as this guy's attack gets buffed multiple times by his two little minions. Also, Tamarin and Adventurer Ross have the ability to cause a dual attack with the person with the strongest attack, so you're going to want to make sure that Sirmia has the strongest attack so you could keep spamming her unhealable on the Jet Colossus. Yeah, right there you see how it can get so out of hand just in this one turn. Almost all the damage we did last turn is gone. Our main damage dealer is stunned. Honestly, this was a pretty close run. there is going to be definitely ways you can mitigate all of the mistakes I'm doing here, not only build-wise in characters and gear, but also if you want to do it manually. Yeah, I'm seeing all the missteps I made in this run. The S3 on Tamarin is absolutely incredible. The full heal from, you know, the brink of death to right on top of the game, just like everyone else. And then when you attack, when her S3 is activated and she's in idle form, like I said before, you get the dual attack. So really important to utilize that to the best of your ability. Unfortunately, going to get a stun off on her right now. The decreased defense from the Cliniode. The right move is to use an S3, get that defense back, or at least mitigate the decreased. There you go. Yeah, Tamarin's just a great Soul Weaver. You can get her through the recruit section of the hero. You're gonna have to spend a bit of Skystone, but honestly, she's worth it for a guaranteed Fire Soul Weaver with as much use potential as she has. And then right here, I'm pretty sure we call the Jet Colossus toast. Just a little whack from Tamarin, and we're all good. So yeah, that's how you clear Golem 13. Like I said before, Adventurer Ross, very helpful to have during this phase, very tanky. Sirmia, yeah, you're going to want to build her mostly attack, maybe a little bit of health, because she scales with that. I kind of just threw whatever items on Ravi, and Tamarin, very important to have. You're going to want to build her speed and health, so she gets as much value, speed and effectiveness, so she gets as much value and heal